Now, the exciting part today, joining us on the phone from Cordia High School, Rodrick Rhodes, the real Rodrick Rhodes. Rodrick, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you? I had to call into the show. They said it was a guy named Rodrick Rhodes calling in and saying he loved Duke, so I had to clarify that.
Listen, Rodrick, first of all, we're sorry about yesterday. I've got this producer. He doesn't understand how things work, and apparently you were on hold. He didn't put you on, so, Rodrick, I got to apologize to you about yesterday.
Not a problem, Matt.
All right, now I got two main questions about you, one from your UK days, but one, let's start with right now. Explain to me how a kid from New York ends up at Cordia High School. How does that happen deep in Perry County?
Now, Matt, I'm going to get in trouble. I got to correct you. I know New York and New Jersey, some think is all the same, but I'm actually a Jersey guy.
Okay, you're a Jersey guy. Sorry.
But, well, obviously, Matt, I went to the University of Kentucky, and it actually started from Facebook. I was an assistant coach at a small D1 school down in Texas, the University of Texas Pan American.
Yes.
And long story short, was kind of just burnt out on the job I was at, and went on Facebook and posted looking for high school or low NAIA or Division II, Division III school, looking for head coaching positions. And people started reaching out to me, and Cordia was one of those schools that reached out to me.
So like most of mine and Shannon the Dude's relationships, your relationship with Cordia started on Facebook.
It started on Facebook. And you want to hear something else, Matt, which is pretty interesting? I have a few friends on Facebook that told me you've been talking about me, and they also told me about this fake call. So Facebook is also the reason why I decided to call the station.
Well, I very much appreciate that. Now, let me tell you something. I remember your time at Kentucky because that was like my time of focusing the most. It was right middle school, high school for me, and I'm sitting there watching, and I loved watching you play. We were talking about Vital, the Georgia Tech game, when he did the Mashford is the king and then Rodrick is the prince and all that. When you first got to Kentucky, talk to me about how that first year went. You had a great year. That team was really good. Talk to me about that 93 team.
Oh, that was probably the best team I've ever been a part of. Mashburn was unbelievable. To go against that guy every day in practice and to watch that guy every day in practice was quite a treat. Coach Pitino was and still is a phenomenal coach. And we just had a great class, with me, Tony Delk, Walter McCarty, Jared Prickett, Rodney Dent. So that incoming class was great. And then you mixed it in with the Travis Forge, Jeff Brazzo, Chris Harrison, Jamel Martinez. It was just a great group, and it was so competitive in practice. Actually, the practices were harder than the games, believe it or not.
And you led, I can totally believe that. And you led to that famous game against the Fab Five, where you've seen the Fab Five documentary. They say that game was the game they were worried about. Do you agree with me that if Dale Brown doesn't hit his shoulder on that table leg, you all win that game?
Absolutely. And if Mashburn doesn't foul out, we win that game. And I have to take it a step further. If I would have got maybe 4 minutes instead of 2 minutes, we probably would have had a better chance.
Well, along those lines, your relationship with Rick Pitino while you were there, okay? Now, I don't know what it is now, but while you were there, it was certainly back and forth. I mean, you guys I'm sure you had your good moments. I'm sure you had your bad moments. What was that like when you were at Kentucky with Pitino? Was that a positive experience with the coach? I mean, how did that work?
Well, for me, I'm a 40-year-old man, and I'm a family man, Matt, and I can look back, being an inner-city kid from Jersey City, New Jersey, you think you know more than what you really know. And now that I'm on the other side and I'm coaching as well, the coach was really just trying to get the most out of me, trying to push different buttons. And when you're young and you're immature, you think he's picking on you or, he has something against you. And like I said, now that I'm on the other end, why would he want to see me not be successful?
Yeah.
His success would be my success. So obviously if I'm playing great and I'm doing well, that helps Coach Pitino out at the University of Kentucky. So now that I'm older and I realize he was just trying to push me, and that's all it was.
When you decided to leave, that was always for those of us, and I have a group of buddies that, like, you were the guy for all of us. And when you left in 95 and then weren't part of that 96 team, what made you make the decision to go, and how tough was it that next year to then watch that 96 team, which was obviously so good?
Oh, it was crushing. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought they were going to send me a ring or something. I was hoping, as an honorary player. But, to be honest, it was crushing. I was in Los Angeles. I was in my apartment. I watched the game. If not only that, man, I'll take it a step further. It was in the Meadowlands. I just told you I'm a Jersey guy. I'm a Jersey guy. So, I was happy for those guys because I know all the hard work and I know the failure we went through in those 3 years before they were able to win it their senior years. And it was tough. It was tough. It was definitely tough.
But you made the decision to return to the state. And that's always been interesting to me because people sort of thought, well, he left disappointed in how this ended, et cetera. But you made the decision to return to Kentucky. Why is that? Was it because you had such a good time here? Was it just that was the job? I mean, what made you decide to come back?
I always loved the state. I always loved the state. I always kind of thought I got a bad deal. I don't know why. I would listen, and unfortunately, I would listen to the talk radio shows. I would read the paper, so I always thought they were harsher on me than the other players. But it's ironic because I watch these twins, the Harrison, and I just wanted to reach out and talk to these guys and tell them to just keep your head up, just keep going, listen. Coach Calipari, please don't read the papers. Please don't go on the internet. Just listen to Coach Cal and do whatever he tells you to do. Because, like I said, once again, if Coach Cal, if those kids are succeeding, then Coach Cal succeeds. So why would Coach Cal tell those kids anything bad?
Yeah, well, on that point, that's interesting you say that. Because I used to talk about last year what the Harrison twins were going through. And you... there have been only a few people that have gotten what you got. Saul Smith was one of them. I think the twins were two of them who sort of had that focus and that sort of small backlash against them. What is that like to go through? What did the Harrison twins go through last year? Because you've been in that spot.
Absolutely. It's tough. They're young kids. This is what people don't realize. These are... Kentucky is, I understand it's championships or bust. And that's why you sign up to go to Kentucky. You understand what you're getting into. But in the same breath, Matt, this is a 17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid who's still developing, still trying to get a sense of who he is. And, yeah, you know what you're getting into. But if you don't have, a strong background or if you don't have family members that can support you, it can drown you. It can drown you, and you can really go into a tailspin. But obviously, I watch his father and his mom, and I think his dad is a lawyer or something. I'm not sure what his dad is, but I know his dad is pretty prominent in the kid's life. And his mom, I see her on TV, and they're very supportive. So they seem to have that supporting background they need in order to get through the tough situations that Kentucky can bring if things are not going well. So for me, I just had a great family support. I had my brother, I had my sister, and my dad, and I had a great group of friends that were able to help me out.
Final question for you. Lexington is different than Jersey City, but Cordia is really different than Jersey City. All right, listen, I grew up down there, so I love it. All right, but it's got to be a culture shock for you. How did that work when you first got there, and how have you grown accustomed to going from Jersey City, L.A., to Cordia?
Now, Matt, I did my homework. I know you're from Harlan County.
Well, I'm from Bell County, but it's right next to Harlan County. So,
okay. Well, listen. I'm used to the hollers, and unless you're from Eastern Kentucky, you wouldn't know what a holler is.
That's right. You're used to the hollers now. Do you go up in the hollers?
I go all in the hollers, man. I'm all about going.
Rodrick Rhodes is in the hollers of Perry County. I would have never believed it.
Believe it.
Well, good. Well, listen, we're pulling for you down there at Cordia, and if you're ever in Lexington or Louisville, come see us, okay?
Absolutely. And let me say this, Matt, before I get off. There's a big misconception about Eastern Kentucky, and sometimes it gets a bad rap. But I've been here for the last 3 years, and I've been like all around the world. I played in Greece, played in the Philippines, lived in New Jersey, lived on the West Coast. These are some of the nicest people I ever met in my life. So I just want to put that out there, because every time I go to Lexington or Louisville and I tell them I'm coaching up at Cordia, they go, Cordia? Where's Cordia? I go, Eastern Kentucky. They go, dude, what are you doing in Eastern Kentucky? And it's if you come up here and you see, like, the lakes and the mountains, you'll really have a better appreciation. And if you come up here and spend time with these people, you'll realize that these are some of the greatest people you'll ever meet.
Totally agree with you. You're exactly right, and glad to hear you say that. Thank you for that. Rodrick Rhodes, former Kentucky player. Appreciate the time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, no problem. Thanks,
there you go. Now, see that, Ryan? Now, that was a great interview.
That was good.
How good is that guy?